I had some issues. I've been getting some sound feedback on my recordings, very slight, and I'm not sure if it's because I've had some work on the video computer or something else. But I'm trying to get it working, and having a few drinks in me isn't a good thing doing this. So Bearings asked, what is the freedom map? Is there somewhere I can get a description? No problem, mate. I will explain it to you. I'll explain it to you. So here on my website, which is at Heise says, really polished tonight, guys. But it's Friday. Okay, I've had some drinks. It's good. It's good. So if you click on the freedom map here, the idea of it was really, we created the freedom map to help track and contextualize the activity and influences of authoritarians, the radical left, you know, the nutcases. You got Antifa and everything. And I got really frustrated when Molyneux and Southern came here to Australia and they were getting protested. So I wanted to track it. And the idea of mapping it is to give people contextual awareness. And because this is how I think as an architect, you know, we think about stuff like this in a map. And what I started mapping, you've got all these different things. We've got property damage, you've got riots or gang violence, political assaults, other incidents, organizations that we need to be aware of, and anti-free speech zones, and then of course the underlay. Now if you've been going to it before, you'll notice it's a lot faster. That's because I used to have all of the electoral districts there on the map, so you could pick on who your local rep is and bitch to them about stuff. But I've taken that away for the moment because there's so much data there. I need to simplify it. It was slowing it down. So say let's have a look here on, you know, on Sydney, and when it loads up, we can even go to a full screen mode. But you can click on, here's a, you know, Bingley robbed. There's an event that happened. Here's a political assault. It was, you know, an irate man assaulted a Liberal volunteer with a corkscrew at a polling booth. And it's just capturing all of this information onto the map so you can see it. We can filter it out. You know, here we've got, you know, Lakemba. It's not a free speech area, is it, guys? Because of when Southern decided to go for a walk there, she was turned away. Now, for those of us that just consume most of this information online, none of this stuff is a surprise to us, really, because, you know, you watch it, you follow the news. If you talk to normal people, they've got no idea. You know, they wouldn't be aware of what's going on, what organizations are happening, these type of things. And I'm doing my best to just, you know, people are sending me submissions. One of the recent focuses has been on down in Melbourne here, which is just all the gang violence, because there's no gang problem in Melbourne. And I want to record it because the thing is, this is what a lot of the leftist organizations are doing. This is what the Southern Poverty Law Centre is doing. This is what the you know, everyone who's claiming that there's an endemic of Islamophobia in Australia, even when there isn't, they're you know, plotting every little thing, and they're using it to put a dialogue forward. They're backing up their position. They're creating evidence. So that's what I think, you know, sensible people, normal people that want to live in a country that isn't authoritarian need to start tracking this stuff. Because it's also all on the university campuses. Like if we go over to Western Australia, and I know I'm picking on Melbourne, but guys, you know, it's Melbourne. Bearing going, no, it's no gangs problem, it's just youths. Well, you got a youth problem there, mate. You know, it's funny, we seem to have a similar youth problem in Queensland. You know, but yeah, that's it. Still, it's a problem. I mean, like here at University of Perth, Dr. Van Meter was deplatformed. You know, just because he couldn't express his opinion, regardless of if you respect his opinion or if you don't agree with it, he still should have that platform to talk about. And we need to start putting this on here so people can realize, oh, wait a minute, this organization is not supporting free speech, or, you know, there's incidents, you know, robberies happening and things happening here. So that's the idea of it. That's the idea of the freedom map. And, you know, I've been chipping away at it and putting things on, and, you know, we're starting to see a few things, and we'll have a look at some of the organizations that we've got around Australia. You know, some of the ones that are more concerning than others. What do we have? You know, you've got the anti-fascist action Brisbane that are anything but fascism. You know, Right On here in Brisbane as well. So, you know, they're a more conservative group, but it's just to map it, really. And if you want to make submissions, guys, here on my website, it says.heise.com.au, and I'll bring it down here, and I'll put it in the comments for you as well. Put it here. If you can see that, guys, you can scroll down and make a submission here. You know, you tell me what it is. You know, if it's a men's issue, property damage, workplace violence, the date of the event, the type of the event, the location, as much information as you can give me, the description, how it's verified, if it's a news source, if you've got police authority, whatever you can. Other notes, and then you need to answer this advanced mathematical question here. And it all comes through to a Proton one, and I don't know who you are. It doesn't tell me who sent it. I don't capture any of that data. I don't want it, to be honest. And, you know, because then I could be chasing after the people who say that their balls are itchy. I wanted to try, I got a submission like that, and I wanted to turn it into a plug for a ball cream on Amazon, you know, to get the affiliate links up, but I couldn't find any. So, yeah. That's it. So tonight, guys, I think 12 seconds we'll be starting and having a look at just adding some things to the map. And I will be, what do we got there? Enjoying coffee. Just wipe that there. So I've got that going. Hang on, let me just get my image appearing up. Okay, so we've got it here. That looks like a technical live stream setup. Yeah, no, I'm using thanks to the generous donations from my supporters, I've purchased vMix. So it's awesome. Works really well. Really good for interviews. When you have someone you want to call in, you don't need to screw around with anything. They can just click on a link, Bearing, and you can talk to them. They can use it on their iPad. Particularly good for boomers that don't know tech. So yeah, it's all going a bit crazy at the moment. And, you know, I'm a few drinks into me today. So how's everyone going? Have you had a good week, guys? Have you all had a good week? You know, there's been a lot about the economy that I've been discussing today. You know, it's all keeping good. Mr. E, how's Hong Kong going? Current state of affairs here. Protests every day outside train stations. Paid infiltrators being spotlighted by the media. To discredit the real protesters. And you won every day. So for those of you that don't know, Mr. E's our Hong Kong correspondent. You know, tells us the truth of what's going on over there. Luke's enjoying his holiday in Vegas. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, I'm going to jump into my Proton Mail and start working through some of the submissions that you've given me for the Freedom Map here. And what I will be doing is I will be adding another layer to the Freedom Map, guys. And, oh, wait, yes, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, no, Luke, you're the Tasmanian correspondent. Don't worry, I'll get onto your damn issue. Definitely will. I'll get onto you. Can't even put fish in your own bloody dam. So, Pub likes the Zetland Lofts projects. That was good. Looking through the drawings there, that's it's just it's depressing what's happening there on those projects. It really is, guys. It really is. So I'm going to... So let's have a look. So now, if you're not familiar with the software that we're using, this is QGIS. Now, this is a free open source package that anyone can use to map anything. And you can create different layers here, like in Photoshop. And in each of the layers, you can just pin different things on here. You can draw stuff. Lots of people use this software to create really cool maps and different things. You'll find a lot of websites will have this available, or will use this software as the basis for their own custom maps, their own information that they want to display. Tom Power is asking if it measures distance. And yes, Tom, you can measure distance on it. I'm not that advanced at it, mate. I'm kind of, learning it as I go along. I wish this software had existed when I was studying architecture, because it's bloody good. It's bloody good. So what I want to do is I want to start adding or creating another layer, and I might do it as a separate map for some of the construction projects that are having issues. Well, yeah, Google Earth does distance really easy. Yes, because you can bring anything in here. I'm using the OpenStreetMap in monochrome just because it looks good and it's not Google. It's not Google. So what we'll do is... So Zivas is telling me check out 6maps.gov. What's that one, mate? Can you let us know a bit more about it? That could be cool. Okay, so let's have a look. We'll go to Sydney. And we'll go to Sydney. Where are we doing it here? So the first submission, oh, here we go. So someone just submitted something, RSL break-in in South Australia. Well, I don't really have that many in South Australia, so let's have a look. So we'll have a look at that. Now the only problem is the way I do it is I need to use a system where I am searching for the as manual. Sorry guys, I need to fix something. I've got a problem here on the stream. It's using the wrong screen and it is just being a real pain. So I'm going to jump over here. You can have a look at my there we go. There, I'm much happier now with that layout. You may not notice the difference, guys, but to me, I notice the difference. If I'm not staring at the right screen, it is painful. So, this is the software here. Mr. E, what would be the limitations of the map? Wouldn't the buffer eventually be too much? Not really. Not really. It was running before with all of the electoral areas, and that was 20 megabytes worth of data. And that was still workable. It was a little slow and painful, but all these points is nothing. The data is nothing compared to that. So we'll have a look here at this event that happened in 9 News. Young teens charged over destructive RSL break-in. Pardon me. 2 young boys, aged 12 and 13, have been accused of breaking into an RSL in Adelaide's north during a destructive campaign. The window of the Salisbury RSL branch was smashed around 3:40 a.m. and once inside, police said the pair destroyed a glass display cabinet full of memorabilia. Oh, well, bloody youths. So the Salisbury RSL, the Great Oak, were they 65? No, mate, they weren't 65. They were not 65. Not by a long shot. Mascot Towers in the Valley. What's going on there? Is another building? Has there been another issue with a building? You're kidding. You're kidding. Okay. So, do we have any Adelaideans in the chat tonight? Let me know how it's going down there. Let me know how it's going down there. So, Google Maps. Oh, it's funny, I tell you guys, you know, it doesn't take much anymore these days to feel it. A few bloody drinks and goes right to you. I need another coffee. I need another coffee. Salisbury RSL. Okay, it's the northern side of Adelaide. Wait, so Luke, the hotel you're staying in, is it a dump? Which one is it? Is it the you're staying in the valley? Is it the bunk one? How much is the Mrs. spending? How much is the Mrs. spending? So it's north. The good thing with doing this is that I learn a lot more about the cities here in Australia. You know, that's really quite good. I get a good feel for it all, eh? You know, the airport. Or I buggered up. Kings Road, is that Kings Road? Salisbury Highway near the TAFE. Park Terrace. Right there. So what we'll do is we will edit this entry. We'll put a new point there. And the event. Oh, well, no, sorry. It's not gang violence. It's property damage. Very good. There's a lot of... Adelaide's a funny place, you know. Going down there from Brisbane, I saw more homeless on the streets there than I have in a long time in Brisbane. Maybe that's just because I was a guest in the city, you know? It's funny how it is. It's nice, though. So, what do we have? Verification is news source. Description. 2 boys. An RSL break-in. And the reason I included the property damage was originally from the Southern Molyneux tour with the bus damage that it was doing. You know? Okay, so we got that one in there. Good. Thank you. That was a fresh submission. Someone's asked to put internet restrictions from BitChute, Sydney Telstra HQ. Well, yes. Well, who is trying to access BitChute? See, I've gotten a bit disheartened with BitChute. I've been uploading to it all the time, but I can't even access it on my Telstra phone. And I know everyone says change the IP, but it's just a pain. That's the problem. It's just a pain. So Telstra still hasn't done that. I think it's because they don't really have a presence here in Australia. So it's definitely something to note. I know VPN. I'm cheap. But you know, that's not the point. I mean, normal people, you know, thinking Apple's a computer. So that's the thing. They think Apple's a computer. No, I can get it at home, Crowbits. That's fine, but it's on my mobile. You know, it's walking around with my mobile, mate. I can't use it there. That's all. And I don't, you know, when I'm not on Wi-Fi, when I'm out and about, I can't think about it. I'm too bothered. I can't be bothered. Yeah, 5 seconds, mate. I'm a lazy bastard sometimes. Come on. You think I could explain that to my mother? You know, a pensioner, retired pensioner. She's not going to she's not going to be able to do it. That's the problem. And that just shows you how it's restricted to people, and most people don't care about it. I mean, something should be done. It should contact some politicians and try and get it happening. Mr. E, remember when Australia had unlimited internet? Yeah. Wow, remember back in the 90s, guys? You remember 90s internet with dial-up? You had 20 hours a month? Go anyway, internet was crazy then. So I'm going to blank this one here. Let's try HQ. Free speech. The idea is this is, I mean, I'm putting this in to what amounts to being a database, and we can capture the data and then turn it into other things, you know? Because it's been a long time, and I don't think BitChute actually had any of the stuff from New Zealand up there. You know? Well, at least that's the comments people left on my videos. There we go. Bearing's showing his age. Respect, mate. Good. Good to see. 14 kilobits per second. None of this fancy shit. It's good. Now we all know how old you are, mate. So there we go. So we've added Telstra to the mix. Luke remembers how slow it was. But isn't it that slow in Tasmania anyway, mate? Don't you still use like a string and cup to talk to the mainland? Maybe you should take some internet in your suitcase back to you from Queensland. Oh, I'm kidding. I love Tasmania. Food's awesome. The food is awesome. So... you asked, Luke. You got me there then. Well, yeah, okay. I had fibre to my office. In South Brisbane, we had it. And once you go fibre, shit, going back to... We went to ADSL. You couldn't... It was just nuts. What the hell? Internet in Hong Kong is 10,000. For $25 a month. How can people think we're an innovation nation? Shit. But you know what? You know, Mr. E, you're bragging about that, but the best thing in Hong Kong that I remember was walking in the streets on the island, was going into a shop and just buying booze and getting drunk, walking around. Now, don't tell me if that's illegal, because we did that when we were there on uni trips. It was great. How you going, Lone Ranger? It's not a Stein, it's a Mass. Ein Mass? Oh, what dialect, mate? What dialect? Mein Deutsch ist sehr schlecht. Sehr schlecht. Yeah, in the streets. And then we met up with a bunch of some pilots and air hostesses from like Virgin Atlantic, and we went to some vodka bar where it was all served in ice, and I spent like a couple of $100 just getting drunk. This is back in my student days. I was a lot younger. Rachel and I think we'd just started. Oh, well, no, we'd probably been dating for a while, you know? So, we've done that one. The Anderton Park Primary School BLT versus Muslim book controversy. What's this? Protest by... okay. Okay, this is the UK one. I'll add that later. Did you take the escalator up the mountain? Yes, we did. we were actually there as part of a uni exchange or uni field trip. We were there to help. Because QUT had an architectural program in the UK, in Hong Kong, and we what we did is we were there to help the students work on assignments. So we worked with all of them, looking through the whole city. We even went to the big Buddha too, and I think I got ripped off by a guy in Kowloon, Shenzhen. But I'd family in the banking industry, so we actually got to stay on Park View. It was pretty good. So let's have a look. Yeah, it was the cable car, mate. Yeah. No, it was great. It was a good trip. It was a good trip. And here's the kicker, because I was studying architecture and working in the architectural field as a student architect, it was all a tax write-off. And guess who ruined that for everyone? Australia's first female prime minister. Buggered that up. Okay, we've already caught that one. So, man seriously assaulted at Hangton railway station. As per the link, is emerging the victim was of... yes, here we go. The Victorian police officer that was assaulted. Let's add this one to the Freedom Map. It's another thing in Melbourne. That's pretty good. Look, there's some reason all this stuff is happening in Melbourne. I wonder why. So we'll look at this. Hangton railway station. Any status update on the Israel court case? No, not yet. Well, not that I've heard. I have received some information just about the different parties, and I will put a little video together about it. But yeah, no updates yet. It is a David and Goliath battle. It really bloody well is, Because well, back to Melbourne. I like Melbourne. I grew up in Coldstream. Here we go. Where are we looking? Richmond. Oh, that's why it's dodgy footy. Because build the wall around Melbourne. Well, I started this before Andrews was elected again, and I'm just surprised he got back in. That kind of it shocked me, really. But then again, it's just the media that people consume, I think, is different. Because a lot of people will literally listen to a soundbite from the radio on the car home, and they'll believe that that's the gospel. They won't challenge anything that's put before them. I guess people are so used to it. Because it's easy. It's easy. Type of incident, event, assault. Lee, diversity is our strength, you bigots. Oh, I don't know. I think a lot of us blokes should, of all diverse backgrounds, should get together and fight the crazy feminism. I think that is solve a lot of issues there. Here's the links. Police authority. Okay, so we got that there. Good old Melbourne, eh? And I'm going to save all of this data. Good, that's working. So I've been going on a bit of a binge for Caroline Springs Fest, property damage, brawling streets, robbing people at a family event. Fantastic. I've been going on a binge for CEC at the moment, just all on the banking system here, and looking up the different bail-in laws in in New Zealand and Australia, and it's kind of really scary and unfair. It's really scary and unfair, and I might look at that. Just how unsafe your money can be. Does everyone remember what happened in Cyprus when they converted a whole lot of people's funds? Mr. E's mailing, bearing some fast internet. Take care, mate. See you next time. You know, go drink a beer on the streets of Hong Kong for me. Okay, so where's this? Caroline Springs Festival. Okay, why is it? I love this. They have everything up on the map, but I can't find it. Here we go. Count on Steve. We need to sign and spread the CEC petition to stop the bail-in. Yes, I'll find some more and try and spread the word about it. The problem is their style is just old-fashioned and very prim and proper. I don't think it's going to reach a young audience. And I think we need to get a lot of them involved. It seems un-Australian, doesn't it? It seems un-Australian. Oh, well, it's here in Melbourne. Because I can. Wow, it's not looking good for Melbourne. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it's not looking good for Melbourne. Trying to figure it out. Deer Park, and we got T. Gotta get a better way of getting this working, Florian. You really gotta, sort this shit out. Oh well, we'll get there one day, guys. We'll get there one day. Better to get people to fill this up. Bearing's asking what happened in Caroline Spring. Was it more youth gangs? Well, yes, it was. It was brawling teens. It was brawling teens stabbed and robbed people at a family event. Brawling teens stabbed and robbed people at a family event. I don't know what's... This is the problem now. People that are too afraid to discuss things in public because they might lose their jobs. They'll lose they'll lose their friends. I mean, how many people? I'm sure we've got a politically active group here in the chat. How many of you have posted something on Facebook and lost friends? People just want to live in a nice, nice environment. I mean, that's what got me started on this, was Sanity for Sweden. He did a video talking about how he lost all his friends, And that's the problem. If people don't want to talk about these things, sure, it makes you feel uncomfortable, but I guess they're not worried about where it's heading. Don't worry about all their kids, because I can all the time. This isn't just domestic violence, nothing to do with gangs. I'm not sure, mate. Maybe I missed what you're talking about there, pub. Crowbits, I haven't used Facebook in years. Well, I'm tempted to get away from Facebook. I've been putting videos up there, and it's been useful, particularly the stuff I did about Koshi. Got some really good reach on Facebook. But after I had my Facebook hacked, I got really frustrated with their terrible, terrible bloody support. Terrible support. And for those of you that don't know, someone hacked into or got control of a business, like a networking group I used to run. And because I'd done some advertising for that, they started racking up $25,000 ads. 25 grand worth of ads. I don't know. They were just advertising garbage and crap to Indonesia and these things. Like click on a watch and get 17 cents or something. And pardon me. Because I'd had it linked to my PayPal, because I paid for an ad, they just started taking the money out of PayPal. So I got in contact with PayPal and said, stop, I haven't approved it. I've already contacted Facebook. They've done nothing. PayPal said, oh no, you've got a pre-existing agreement. We can't stop it. You've already got an agreement there. So I rang up the Combank and I said, stop PayPal from taking a penny from me because it's all fraudulent. So they did. They stopped it. But yeah. So I'm a bit pissed at Facebook, to be honest. Just compared to some of the other online services I've had, they're terrible. They're just terrible. Okay. We've got a few more here to look at. So let's have a look here. I think we've done this one. This is one there. In Clayton, in the last 18 days, police have been notified of 13 separate attacks on people. I think we may have looked at this one already. I lost 4 friends for talking about feminism too much. Yeah. You're right. I think it's unfair to place blame on Facebook. I would blame single signs on technologies, but that's me. Okay. And PayPal. Yeah, well, PayPal is terrible. There's a guy I follow who repairs computers, and he used to sell a whole lot of stuff on PayPal and Amazon, and just the way they treat you on the back is just insane. It's just really bad. So Clayton North. We'll have a look. I think we looked at this already. Yeah, we got this data already. The Great Old Oak. I got kicked out of a share house because I said men are stronger than women. Well, it's funny you mention that because with Rachel doing all the meat here in our house, I thought, well, honey, mate, you could even be a butcher. You know, we'll get a rifle, we'll shoot some animals, you could carve it all up. And he goes, yeah, but I couldn't pick it up, you know. A deer alone is 20 kilos. And I'm thinking, 20 kilos? Oh, well, yeah, there you go. And, you know, my wife isn't adverse to doing things. So here we go, another one. A Bangladeshi student was who stabbed her Melbourne homestayer, host a terrorist attack in jail for 42 years. Ah, yes. Have we got this one? This one. I mean, that's just insane. How can... You hear all these stories all the time of just insane lefties opening their homes up to these people who are nutters and, you know, either getting raped or killed or something crazy. And then they will cover up for it or pretend it didn't happen. Okay, we're up here. Up here at Miller Park. Okay, we're not going to get the precise location for this house. I'm having another coffee. We'll put it here. What would you call this? It's a terrorist attack, isn't it? A religiously motivated terrorist attack. Would that be political assaults? Or should I record that as something? I'll put it here under riots and gang violence for now. So, homestay murder. 2018. 2018. So I actually managed to buy some gold. I wanted to buy some gold because, you know, if they're going to start printing money, I want to retain some of my earnings. And I thought, where can I do it? And I found the Perth Mint to buy it. And they've got a little, actually an app that allows you to do it. To buy it online, you get a certificate and you hold on to your gold and you can buy it and trade it with people. And it was great. Really good. I might do a video on it later if anyone's interested on how to do it. Because it was tied to particular stuff. People are still bitching on Facebook, which is good. Blake wants to see the gold video. Good. Okay, mate. I'll do it. I'll do it. Count on Steve. Can you get physical gold? Yes, you can. But I'm not going to fly to Perth. I've only tested it out so far. So before I wanted to make a video, I wanted to put the money in there, buy the gold, and get the money back to make sure it's working. It's drawing upon crypto tech. So I bought $1,000 worth, and I'll show you. You know, you've got Gold Pass. You got the app here, and you know you can see how much gold you have there. I think I got half an ounce, like $1,000 worth of it, and you can send it to other people. It's like a cryptocurrency or certificate, similar to it, but it's backed up by real gold. So I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea of being able to go there. So yeah. And for us, it's just really to hold. If they're printing money, I want to be able to hold money into it. I want to hold the wealth, you know? Because I'm getting paranoid. It isn't actually backed up by real gold, Heise. Well, that's what they told me at the Perth Mint. Are they lying? Are they lying? It's saying it's a certificate tied to the pool of gold there. I work on the metals desk at Mac Bank. Okay, but what do you know about the Perth Mint? Can I still go in? They tell me I can go in there and get it. I don't care if they have to print it. You know, if it's in a pool. Or are they doing the same thing like the banks? They've only got so much gold and they're printing out all these certificates. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to actually hold gold in my dodgy... Well, my house looks so dodgy, no one would rob me. They'd probably think I'd be the one robbing other people. So we got that one on here. This is the Bangladeshi student who stabbed her homestay people. Ah, brilliant. Guys, send me some stuff not from Melbourne. It depresses me doing this. You know? Another one in Geelong, a home invasion. In Glenroy, Victoria, 2 men have been charged. One remains in the run after a home invasion and car theft in Melbourne North on Sunday morning. Ahmed Murad, 27. Okay. Benong, Augustine Terrace. I was looking at some other things. Another viewer suggested IG trading for doing CFDs, cash for difference. I got to bury it at the end of the rainbow. Oh, hasn't Mardi Gras already been? How will I find a rainbow? Papow. My good Aldi coffee there. You know I've made it, boys, when I get an Aldi sponsorship. Okay? That's the goal of all of this YouTube. Just to get Aldi. Do what the Japanese done, invest in safes. Yes. Perhaps. But I've got a timber house. Design a good hiding space for gold. Yeah, but it would be too, if not, architect designs, it'd be too expensive. I'd cover it in flat roofs and box gutters that don't work. Isn't that what we all do? Angie's promising to look after it. Or you can just dress your girls in it, buy them all jewelry. There's another solution. Okay, let's add this one, guys. Glenroy, did we get this one? I think we may have already caught it. Yep, we caught it. Good. We already got it. Reservoir shooting, we got it. Home invasion. Point Cook in Victoria. Good old Vic, eh? Attempted home invasion in Point Cook. I'm in Melbourne, might go for a walk, but don't want to be the next victim on the map. Well, you know, I'm having people sending me stuff that they personally got home invaded as well. Some of the early entries in here. And it's hard when they tell you that. You know? It's hard reading that stuff. Or even hearing the stuff on the radio. Police investigate attempted home invasion. At least the police are turning up. You know? Good old Melbourne, guys. Good old Melbourne. And it's the, you know, home invasion at Point Cook. Link, news source, verification news. Okay, good. We got that one in there. So I'm not doing too well with a few drinks in me tonight. Just checking the stream health. It's all working. Good, good. Okay, guys. Oh, no, that's about the Perth Bridge. I've got to follow that up. It's a different one about gun violence. Nightclub brawl, Dorcas Street, South Melbourne. Let's have a look. Okay. How are we going? Dorcas Street off Moray Road. There we go. Right there. So, police hunt for 4 nightclub brawlers who fled. Great. Actually, nope, that's property damage. Okay. So, police are investigating a collision which occurred in South Melbourne this morning. 4 people fled a vehicle from a brawl at a nightclub at 2:50 a.m. Here's the link. And the news source. Okay, we'll save that. And that's good. Pardon me, guys. Still recovering. Still recovering. So we've added a few more to Melbourne, a few to Sydney, some to SA. Let's go. Perth Bridge. We got those. I've got those. That's not. No. Nope. Man shot at a Melbourne home. Bellevue Boulevard in Hillside, Victoria. A man was rushed to hospital after he was shot at Melbourne's northwest. Again. Bellevue Boulevard. It's north of all of this. Okay. Event. Where can I get this map to do some plotting for work? QGIS is the software. QGIS. You type that in and you can get this. This is map drawing software. So you can put it all in and pick. I've done a. You need to get an add-on to allow you to put different layers. And I put the background of open source and just created different layers and added things to it. It's really good software. I wish this existed when I was at university because, you know, it's bloody good. Bloody good. Okay, I'll just do that. Source is a new source. Okay, good. Got another one in there. Okay, guys, how long have I been going tonight? Oh, yeah, we've been going an hour. I think I'm going to call it tonight, guys. So what I will do is I will update this freedom map, and you'll be able to find these and all the other updates at my Heise website. You click on the freedom map, and you can see it all here, or you can click here to see the full version of it. And it should work on your mobile phone. You should be able to click and see the data of what happens. Blake, yes, come on, Heise, pull an all-nighter. No, mate, I've been. You're lucky I'm doing this. I've been drinking before I even came on. Okay. We had the neighbours over. We were having a few drinky poos, you know, and it gets harder the older you get, you know. Guys, you're all too young. Okay, wait. You give me shit now. Wait till you get past 35. Okay, and when you're reminiscing on YouTube about internet only being, you know, 100 megabits or shit, and they're all laughing at you. What, you didn't have fiber right in your computer? Okay, just wait till you start drinking then, and feel it. Okay, so guys, thanks. I know it's a bit rough today and a bit unorganized with this one, but you know, I wanted to make sure I got some stuff done and updated. And no, I'm not. I'm pushing past 35. I'm heading to the other number, the big 40. Yeah, it's much worse. See, Oh, well, Blake, I'm 38, mate, so it all changes, mate. You're fucked next year. It all goes down. So, guys, thanks for joining me for this episode. We'll be back to hopefully more organized programs tomorrow. There's a few interesting things I want to talk about. Thanks for joining in, and it's all good. I'll see you all next time. Bearing's swearing at me. That's still young, I swear. Yeah, mate, wait. Just wait. You know, go out with the boys drinking. Go out with the boys for a hard night drinking and see how it feels the next day. When you ring up your friends at their work and they're sleeping on their desk and getting their staff to do shit, then you know why. Anyway, guys, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. And, yeah, I'll update the Freedom app. And please keep the submissions coming in. I know, you know, I update it as often as I can, try to get to it every week. But, you know, I think it's important and I think it's good. And the more I get on there, the more impressive it'll look. And eventually we'll get to the point where other people can make actual submissions on here. And you know, we can do that. People can download the data and use it into other things. It's important. It's important. We need to be able to contact our polities going, okay, Mr. Politician, Green bloody city mayor, why is there all this crime happening in your city? You know, here's all the incidences. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, because to be honest, that's the lefties are better organized. Probably because they're all unemployed and doing this full time. But that's a topic for another video. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go before I get into more trouble. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.